Maybe some of you have already noticed, but for those who didn't notice, this is the official announcement. I have changed my channel name mostly because a lot of people that I have met like face to face and who are watching my videos usually were quite confused about the name or asking some questions. So I decided I should change it to something more, if I can say, poetic or sounding more beautiful. So from now on, I am going to be Gita Lighthouse. Hmm? Yes, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to explain why it's Gita and why it's Lighthouse. First of all, Gita, that's my real name. Yes, nice to meet you too. Why Lighthouse? Well, there are several reasons why I actually decided to put the second part of my name as a lighthouse. First of all, because a lighthouse is something that brings out the light, and this is pretty much what I'm trying to do throughout my life here on the channel and also while meeting other people. I want to bring out positivity, hope, and whatever, everything that's light. And the second thing why I chose lighthouse is because I truly like its symbolic meaning. Not gonna dive into that very deeply because it's gonna take some time, just Google it. The third thing is that I'm basically born in the city by the Baltic Sea, so it also kind of a little bit associates with sea and my childhood and the place where I was born, because we also have some lighthouses there, very beautiful ones. And the last thing, it simply sounds cool and it's easy to remember. So yeah, this is the channel of Gita Lighthouse, aka me. Now write down in comments what do you think about these changes on my channel and how do you actually like my new name. Not gonna change it though, but still very curious to know what are you thinking about it. And now let's start. So today we're talking about movies that are partly or completely filmed in Norway, and I have picked up two of them, and the first one is... Okay guys, honestly, I always had struggle with the name of this movie. Whenever I was talking about it to some other people, I usually avoided to say the title of it because I wasn't really sure how to pronounce it. So, according to what I've heard, and Google helped me, it should be Ex Machina. Okay, whatever. You got the idea. This sci-fi thriller starring Alicia Vikander, Domhnall Gleeson and Oscar Isaacs tells a story about a programmer who gets invited to a private, very secluded home of a rich company boss to do some research work on artificial intelligence girl robot. All of the action of the movie actually takes place in the house and a little bit in the surrounding area with some beautiful nature. And according to the plot, this is supposed to be Alaska, but my friends, no, this was filmed in Norway. The mysterious setting in the middle of the untouched wilderness is in fact the Juvet Landscape Hotel in Voldor, north of the Trollfjord. The hotel is embedded in a breathtaking landscape with a fantastic view from the modern and individually designed chalets. The hotel was planned by the Norwegian architects Jensen and Skodvin. According to the production designer of the movie, his name was Mark Digby, he actually went on a global hunt in order to find the perfect house for the movie. And he went all over the Europe, starting from Alps, ending with Finland, and he stopped in Norway and saw this house, and it was decided. We wanted it to be among nature, we wanted it to be stunning, and we wanted it to be exclusive, says Digby. Some scenes though were filmed in studio, but most of it was done in Norway, so if you are looking for a beautiful hotel with wonderful views and with some Hollywood background, this is the place you maybe should consider. And now let's talk about the second movie I have prepared for you, and a place in Norway that actually also became a location for a well-known Hollywood movie. So, and the location is actually very beautiful. Check it out, Trollfjord. And The movie I will be mentioning is Downsizing, starring Matt Damon, and one of the actresses, also like in supporting role, was Kristen Wiig. And actually, she has a real Norwegian background. I was talking about that in one of my previous videos where I was revealing Hollywood stars you most probably didn't know were Norwegians. I will put the link somewhere there. You can check it out if you haven't seen it. The movie tells the story of Paul and Audrey Safranek, a couple who decides to undertake a newly invented procedure to shrink their bodies so that they can start a new life in an experimental community. Audrey refuses the procedure at the last minute, and Paul has to reassess his life choices after befriending with an impoverished activist. In the movie, Matt Damon actually goes to a place called Small Norway, and it's actually very funny. There are like small people and small boats, and there's also Noah's Ark for small people, just to save like the small population. But I will not give you all the details in case you haven't seen the movie. And Matt Damon actually revealed in interviews that he really loved Norway and its beautiful nature.
So unbelievably beautiful, and then my kids and I took a boat up towards the North Pole, like into the and saw some polar bears and stuff.
You saw polar
We
bears?
did, yeah.
Oh,
We saw
wow.
a mom and her cub through the binoculars. And
Although it's a sci-fi comedy drama, it actually addresses a lot of issues that could be very topical for people who are concerned about climate. So I think it's a very interesting way how to draw attention to some of the climate problems. And I cannot say that it's like one of my favorite movies, but you should probably watch it. It's quite funny, quite interesting. So guys, this is it for me today. This is, remember, Gita Lighthouse. Subscribe to the channel, press your likes, write down in comments, whatever you like. I always answer to all of the comments, and hopefully see you next time.